Hello and welcome to Android Q&A, the original Q&A, not any authority Q&A, but welcome to it anyway. Today we're going to go on a couple of questions that people have asked. So as you know, we always do 5 questions and answer them the best we can. So for the first one comes from Antonio, and this is Google Music versus iTunes. Hello, I came across your YouTube channel and wanted to know your opinion on using Google Music or double twist when trying to switch from music from iTunes to an Android device. So he has Mac computers and he's switching to S4, and his only hang-up is how does he get the music when he's always used iPods, and my thoughts and suggestions. Well, actually, it's very easy, actually. You just simply sign into your Gmail account on your web browser and then Google Music. The exact website is music.google.com. But once you go there, if it's a Mac, it's going to be downloading an app. So you're going to download your app, and what it'll do is once you pull it up, it says, how do you get your music? Do you have it in a folder or you get it from iTunes? In your case, you get it from iTunes. So what this will do is it'll actually upload every single iTunes song, playlist that you've ever created and upload them to Google Music. It also gives you an option to automatically upload any new songs you download on iTunes immediately to Google Music. So this is definitely the best solution, and it's how you can seamlessly, even if you still want to use your iPods for some reason because you like certain things about how they play music, and then want to have that same playlist or same new song that you just downloaded on your Google Music, you can very easily. So this is by far the best solution. I do have 2 videos on how to do this process, and one is on a Mac. So make sure to check out that video. Richard asks, auto backup. After downloading Google Plus, I learned that all the photos are saved to auto backup. Can you please tell me a way I can delete any pictures? Thank you. Yes, actually, if you go, you have to go into the Google Plus app. The pictures you see on your gallery, you cannot delete from the gallery. So you do have to go into the actual Google Plus app. Then you hit the little menu, I believe on the left side, or you kind of swipe to see the menu on the left side, and then you go to Photos. Google Plus has now made it with the latest update that you can just highlight the photos and delete them all very easily. Before, I know one of my friends got very upset because you couldn't delete it very quickly, and now you can. So that's a really nice thing that you can delete them very quickly. And that's how you delete the photos. Gailey Parker asks on Facebook, what does the word rooting mean in Android devices? So what rooting means is you go to the root of the device, in a sense. You go to the root of the main part of your interface, and how your phone basically works. I'm trying to do without getting too technical and going into GUI and things like that. But basically, it's going to change how the phone operates. So someone makes what's called a ROM. Your typical Samsung phone will have a TouchWiz ROM. Your HTC phone will have a Sense ROM. These are interfaces that are on top of Android. Now, though these are all Android, they look and act different and have different kind of settings, shortcuts, and the way they move. When you root something, you allow the device to have a different ROM put on it, or a different interface entirely, and different ways of how it operates. Now, this is made by a third-party person, so the risk you always take with this is, one, you have to, hopefully this person already got all the bugs out of it, or else you will be having issues with your Android device. And 2, when there's a new update that comes out, so say if I had my S3 and I have 4.1 on it, when the 4.2 update comes out from Samsung, I don't get that. I would have to reroute it, or flash it is another term, to have the newest update. And just hope the guy who created the ROM that I'm using also did a new one. So it's something that I don't recommend for most people. If you just want to simply change the interface and kind of basic layout, there's something called launchers that are a lot better. I do have a video on one called Nova Launcher that I recommend you taking a look at. I think that's a lot better for most people than rooting. Rooting is a lot more complex, but it does give you liberties to do things that you couldn't normally do before, like such as having a hotspot for free without needing to pay a carrier. That is one of the biggest benefits of rooting that people have liked for a long time. Okay, AK asks, need some help. I'm planning on buying a tablet less than $200, but my main concern is HDMI compatibility or MHL compatible so that I can connect to my Samsung Smart TV. Can you suggest, what can you suggest for me? At this point, we're actually doing a lot of reviews on the 200 and under tablets. So I would say pay attention over the next couple weeks because you're going to see a lot of comparisons on these specific tablets. So if you aren't, if you can wait for 2 weeks or so, I would say it's worth the wait. We're going to see a lot of comparisons on them. Off the top of my head, just for reliability purposes, I would say right now, at this point, if I were to recommend one, it would probably be the Samsung Galaxy Tab 3. It seems to run the smoothest in my preliminary testing, but I haven't tested everything out to really compare to yet. The other ones right now are the Lenovo, the HP, and the Arcos tablet. So those are the other ones. The older models are the Nexus 7 and the Tab 2. The Nexus 7, I just wouldn't recommend it. Not that it's not a great device, but you're literally getting it at the tail end, and I would say if you're going to get a Nexus, you might as well wait for the next Nexus to come out, which could be, who knows, it could be in August, it could be all the way to December. Unfortunately, we don't know when the next Nexus is coming out, but for that reason, right now, at least at this point, I would say a Tab 3, and it is MHL compatible, so you can connect it to MHL to HDMI adapter, and you connect it to your TV. You can also use AllShare, which is a wireless way of connecting it too. I have a video on that, by the way, if you want to take a look. Juan Carlos Baraka asks, hi, thanks for the advice. Today I started having problems with my SD card. It says blank card or has unsupported system. Please help. Okay, when you have problems with the SD card, the best thing to do is take it out, put it into an SD card reader, and connect it to a computer. If the computer can read it, you want to offload all of the files, put them on your computer, and then if it's a PC, you would right-click the memory card and click Format. Format will reformat the micro SD so that it's working properly, and then once it's working properly, you can drag all of those things that you took off the micro SD card and put them back on. That is always my advice with micro SDs, just so you don't have any concerns or any chance of losing anything. But sometimes something goes wrong with the formatting, it just happens. The cheaper the memory card, the unfortunate, the more that often that happens. So that's why I always recommend. I like SanDisk, that's the one I usually always go for. It just tends to have the least of those problems. When I got a lot of PNYs before and things like that, that happened a lot. And it was just very annoying because you lose stuff. No one likes that. All right, so that was all of the Q&A questions I had. Please feel free to ask more questions. I do take a look at this one first generally for the questions when answering next week's. Thank you for watching. This has been RICKY, the Android Guy.